Stop the presses. A black woman has accused, so it didn't happen. That's what they're trying to say. So they're trying to say this didn't happen. So a black woman has accused Delta Airlines of booting her to the back of a plane mid-flight for the convenience of two white women. That story and more when we return to the Keep It P podcast. PCP going wild. Okay, y'all, welcome to the Keep It P podcast, where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences and we show how one could or could not be keeping it P. And I'm your host, TZ Von Savage, in the place to be. Sucker MCs. Self hug, self love. You understand? Hey, don't let the culture die, y'all. You may have thought that was corny. You know what I'm saying? But what's even more corny is when you let your baby's hand get taken and put into the toilet by the teacher to retrieve her cell phone. Now that's corny. Don't worry about my intro. Worry about protecting your babies and hashtag pull up season and hashtag cut the check. That's what you need to worry about. Now it says here that this story was first reported by ABC7 Bay Area. Camille Henderson, that's the young lady on the screen next to me, she described an experience. Usually an experience is something good, you know, unless you like my drug experience. Nobody's like my drug. You like my work experience, my life experiences. This ain't an experience like something you went on, like a ride, like your experience of riding a roller coaster. Um, her experience sounds like it was straight from the Jim Crow era. Well, we in the Joe Biden era, ain't that about the same? I mean, it was the Donald Trump era. I mean, any of these eras that it ain't about cut the check ain't our era. When black people, the Jim Crow era, when black people were routinely moved to the back of the bus. Now, that was a way of life, routinely. This is just a regular part of the routine. It's business as usual. Don't try to make it sound like it was just like all good. Henderson said she boarded a February 3rd flight. And boy, Dub S was doing their thing on February 3rd. Body slammed a little black 1-year-old baby on February 3rd. Now you push the black woman to the back. You know, Camille, we know you got that. Look like you got that Latina. Or your mom's name is Barbara, but you got that one half, maybe it looked like. She boarded February 3rd flight by herself from Atlanta to San Francisco. Oh, you was going to San Fran. After taking her seat in 15A, a window seat, she said the last two passengers to board the plane had a disagreement with flight attendants over the seating arrangement. The two women, who were white, said they were supposed to have first-class seats due to a phone call they had with a Delta representative, but they did not speak with anyone at the gate before getting on the plane. Physically, they didn't have first-class tickets. Instead, they had tickets for 15B and C. Okay, what's the problem? Sit your behinds down and be in C. Baby girl, you in A. Well, I don't understand what the problem was. The whole first hour of the flight, as we were taking off and after being served, they kind of were going back and forth with each other about how much space they don't have. How inconvenienced they were because they were supposed to have first class seats, Henderson said in an interview with the Daily Beast. So they're complaining next to you, loud talking, probably pushing and leaning all on you, making it uncomfortable. So you're feeling like a canned sardine against the window. Okay. Henderson recalled the women who she said were about in their 50s. So really, they probably were in their 60s because the aging process ain't well with the PC. Uh, Called over the flight attendant and tried to explain their seating situation. The flight attendant said that there was nothing he could do if they physically did not have first class tickets. Ain't that like for real privilege? Nah, we ain't got first class tickets, but that's where we supposed to be. We were born in the first class. So why aren't we in the first class? Do your job. You don't see us with this skin card. Get us to the first class. Um, the women allegedly called another flight attendant over when the first was unable to help them. Oh, so he must have been black, huh? And he wasn't speaking the language, so he was probably black, but an alphabet crew. So they thought, we'll appeal to your alphabetness. First was unable to help them. The women told him they saw 2 seats open in first class, and if they could move there instead. In audio, Henderson recorded, "Gotcha on record." You didn't know that though. Um, Asked if they could move there instead. In audio, Henderson recorded the flight attendant can be heard saying that nothing could be done if the women didn't have appropriate tickets. Again, you were told you have to have appropriate tickets. This is like the third time you've been told, but your privilege will not let you stop. Can I call Delta later and make sure they have all of the notes in their system? One of the women said. Absolutely, the flight attendant told her. After about 10 minutes while Henderson was trying to sleep, she said a flight attendant came back and asked if she was traveling alone. Okay. She recalled the flight attendant saying that if she moved, it would give the 2 women more room. So what? Why do I care about if the 2 women got more room? Ain't they supposed to be in first class with their privilege? They got the privilege ticket. Take them on up to first class like you were supposed to, right? For they slap you upside your head and get you fired when they land. Now, they said get. Um, Henderson, 25, says she didn't want to make a scene. Oh, Henderson, 25, says she didn't want to make a scene and agreed to transition from her window seat to an aisle seat in the very back of the plane. Oh, so here you. Oh, you didn't want to be the angry black woman, but it was all right for them to be the angry white women, though. 2 of them, and angry and privileged, and I'm gonna get my way, no matter what. Put the little darky in the back. Do your job. I don't want to be the angry black woman. Nah, I already told you, the angry black woman. I know it was coming. So you care what other people think, obviously. Obviously. So you cared what PC thought of you. So now I know that your mom is PC. Your mom's PC because you seen them as your mom and you got up. Your mom's PC. Right there. You just told her your mom's PC. And that's why you got up. I don't want to be the angry black woman that doesn't listen to the rules. The rules are you had to. What are you talking about? You don't listen to the rules. The rule isn't you get up and give up your seat for 2 other people. That's not the rules, that you have to give up your seat and move to the back. That's not the rules. Even when it was a rule, it wasn't a rule. Okay? Even though the rules were that I paid for a seat and I went to my seat and I didn't ask to move, she said. So I thought you followed the rule. If you follow the rules, you would have stayed in your seat. So what you did, in fact, was let them talk you into being a rule breaker. So in fact, you broke the rules. You said you're for the rules, but you really broke the rules. So you don't even know what you're talking about. When I moved to the back, Henderson continued, the whole plane is looking at me. It's not like we were boarding. It's not like they moved me before the plane took off. I have to carry all of my stuff with me to the back. As I move into the back of the plane, everybody is kind of looking. It's just kind of embarrassing. Yeah, but you did it. So you didn't want to be the angry black woman and have everybody looking at you, but you was all right with being the black flunky, the Negro slave flunky that got put to the back and got put in your place. So you was all right with being in your place, but a position of strength and staying and fighting for what's yours and what you deserved. Oh no, I didn't feel like doing that. I wasn't. I was going to be embarrassed by doing that, but you said you were embarrassed about being put in the back. You don't know whether you don't know when you're being treated badly. Come on, black folks. I love y'all. We gotta realize when we're being treated badly and not accept it. Enough is enough. When is enough enough? She's saying all of this stuff. It's not like we were bored. So you knew that this was wrong. I just felt like I was put under the spotlight. You were. And I really should not have. You shouldn't. There was no need for me to move. There wasn't. There were all of these open seats in the back. Okay, why didn't you recommend they go to the back? Why didn't you say that? Like, nah, I'm good. If there's a gang of seats, why you didn't have them go to the back, right? Even if it meant separating them, I don't know why they didn't move them. You didn't say nothing. You just, oh, yes, massa. Yes, massa. Henderson said she was offered a complimentary cocktail, but she doesn't drink. After landing in San Francisco, Henderson claimed she made multiple attempts to get in touch with a Delta customer service representative. However, after multiple attempts and multiple hours on hold, her frustration with the situation intensified. Oh, now you got a problem? I've never been so humiliated on a Delta flight before. Ah, but you've been more humiliated before. You just weren't on a Delta flight. But you've definitely, in your lifetime, been more humiliated. That says a lot. That's scary. Told the supervisor on a recorded call, I just don't understand why this became my issue and why the resolution was to force me to move to the back of the plane. How were you humiliated? The supervisor asked, adding that it was still the main cabin. See? So why you didn't make them to move? That's why you shouldn't have moved. That's why you shouldn't have moved. How you gonna ask him to understand your pain? How possibly could he understand your humiliation? Huh? How could he? Right? Now they would have, because you would have did that to them. You would have made them. But it wouldn't have been you doing it. It'd have made you stay to the rules. You paid for your seat. You picked your seat. You had a ticket, paper ticket for your seat. So you should have sat your black behind down in your seat. Um, Henderson explained that people snickered at her and made her uncomfortable when she had to relocate and move her things to the back. You had a main cabin ticket. When they moved you, you still had a main cabin ticket. Why you didn't have them do that then? The supervisor cut her off. At this area of reservation, I wouldn't be able to compensate you. Wow. I didn't ask for compensation. I didn't ask for that once. Henderson told the Daily Beast, I asked for, yeah, but you're just a black woman, so you always want something for free. You since you care what people think, and that's what it got you. I asked for just an acknowledgement as to what happened to me. I didn't ask for my money back. You should have. but you're assuming that I'm calling to get my money back. And you should have been trying to get your money back and suing somebody. After that, the representative said there was nothing else he could do, and Henderson decided to take her story to the media. They had a bigger voice than I did, she said. No, you have a huge voice. You just decide to have a little voice because you don't want to be the angry black woman, but you know you have a white mom. Delta obviously wasn't listening to me. There was no way to get it resolved. Blah 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 blah. I want Delta to apologize. I don't. So what? It's always cut the check. Keep your apologies. See, and that's the problem. I want them to do whatever they're going to have to do. If it's better training for sensitivity or what. Non-FBA. I was trying to give it to you. No, your dad is an island boy. Island boy. I'm already knowing. On Delta's website, the company, blah, 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 sent local news, bombarded by online bullies calling her a liar and blaming her for what happened. We cannot have conversations about white people's conveniences at the expense of black people being inconvenienced. People focus on the big events, the George Floyds. Here we go. All of the people that are unjustly killed by police. Nobody's focusing on it because nothing's happening. Nothing's being done. Redlining, food deserts, all these things that happen on a larger scale that you care nothing about. You had a chance to make a stand and you didn't. I'm not trying to listen. I don't disparage my people. You had a chance. You didn't take it. You were off code, sis. Henderson said, but we're not necessarily talking about the microaggressions, actions that happen every single day to black people. Why ain't you talking about it? No, you had a chance to stop it and you did nothing. You had your chance. You had your chance to do your dance and you said no. Here we go. I'm not looking for anything for Delta. That's your problem. I'm not looking to be compensated. That's your problem. But you are looking to be compensated with an apology. That's compensation. You're looking for compensation and sensitivity training. That's compensation. You are looking for compensation. It's just a simple acknowledgement of a situation. See, you calling it a situation too. That's how they downplay it, and you downplayed it, so they're downplaying it. A situation that they put me through that made me feel dehumanized. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No dehumanization. I'm calling you. You know what I'm calling? If you was on code, you wouldn't be feeling like that right now because you wouldn't have moved. You didn't have to get all loud and belligerent. The angry black women. You couldn't have just said, "No, thank you. No, thank you. Here's my ticket. This is where I'm at. No, thank you." And that is it. No, thank you. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say. You wasn't on code, sis. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, scold you, and fold you about being on code. And sis, you wasn't. This ain't no disparaging. You just wasn't. And I believe, truthfully, that you are non-FBA. Your mom is PC, and your dad is an island boy. Island boy. Please declare, I do declare, anti-black racism a public health crisis. Hey! Make sure you go get you a t-shirt. Y'all seen them t-shirts. Everyone should have one of them. If you rocking with the squad, We would know if you was B1. Stand up. Let me see that T-shirt. Take a picture. Put it in the comments if you got one of them shirts. Huh? Let me see it. Let me see you share it. Let me see you share the program. Can I see that? Can you do that for us? If you own code, you would have already did it now. Love, peace, blessings, and Maloha, y'all. Now take these commercials. Take that, take that, take that.
Music TV.
Everybody know you get the money from that ride before you went up today. I told you motherfucker ain't got your money yet, man. Fuck you, man. You ain't got the money yet.
Fuck you think you is, man? Motherfucking Ron O'Neal or something? What you gonna do? I'm supposed to be scared now because you got a pistol, motherfucker.
I got it. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look, see, I don't play with this shit. You don't
Kyrie with the give and go. I get it cheap for the low. More snow than the Eskimo big birdies. Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got
He been hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. You can count lava down, but you can't count them out, baby. Life give me lemons, I make lemon rain die. He been hula hooping through loopholes. I gotta go, gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you trip.
Hey, Ray Ray.
Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen.
Russian cream, leaves, keef, oil, premium bud. Man, I hustle in the street, but I'm a freak with the love.
Bring that ass over, tryna bring it back. I'm a big dog, tryna bring it back. I'ma slide in the way to bring it back. Let a nigga.
All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it.
Music TV.